evening of Friday, 30th July 2021 was impactful to the Honorable Commissioner for Health in Akwa Ibom State, Dr. Augustine Umo, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Ini Adiakpan, board members of Heartland Alliance, visitors, and Akwa Ibomites, as the team lead of Heartland Alliance Limited by Guarantee, Dr. Noel Ngozi Ogamba, visited the program Impact and Life-Changing Experiences of Akwa Ibom State's Key Population Community HIV Services Action and Response, KP Care 1, 2019 to 2024. Responding to the beautiful stories of hope and impact of Heartland Alliance to Akwa Ibomites, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Augustine, expressed gratitude for what Heartland Alliance is doing in Akwa Ibom State.
I want to say I'm glad to be here. I always wanted to stop by to see what Heartland Alliance is doing. I've had visits to me sometimes in the office. We've spoken about it, but I think it's not quite the same as being here amongst all of us. And to be able to, and it's good to see what we do, and then to be able to also discuss. The staff facility. Yes. If you, they say, if you want to, people will tell that if you wash your hands. Exactly. If you want government to be part of your facility or part of the things you do, then you should also obey government rules and regulations. So that was a simple thing. It wasn't in terms of whether I should come or not. No. Government cannot come into a facility where it doesn't know, has not sanctioned what you're doing. I'm happy to know that Heartland Alliance also took you and went through that process and had a formal registration.
He called on the organization to keep up their good work as His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, is passionate about ensuring that every Akwa Ibomite and visitors working here are comfortable.
All the passion that you've shown, you were really committed to it, because it's not, it's a difficult area. Oftentimes when you step in there to see the challenges of humanity, really, let me put it that way. I would ask that you keep up this kind of work and that you continue to show this same passion. And in doing all this, obey all the rules of the land, especially what you do. His Excellency Governor Dr. Emmanuel is passionate in ensuring that every Akwa Ibomite and everyone working in Akwa Ibom attains the base level of health. Okay. For reasons for which you can see has made significant investments into health.
The Commissioner decried the ravaging effects of COVID-19 third wave in Akwa Ibom State and called on Heartland Alliance to join hands in the campaign against the spread.
The one that it seems to have gotten angry that we are not addressing it very well is challenging us now, and you can be rest assured that with the support of His Excellency we will address it too, and that's the challenge of COVID-19. We have a third wave that is upon us. We have a third wave that is upon us, and there's no gainsaying that we must do everything possible to hold it in place. I said it on AKBC this morning. We had about one case, at the beginning of this month. At the end of that first week, we had about 5. As of today, as we speak, we have 448 positive cases. So I just wanted to imagine the client. So when we say this, the surge, the spread is very easy. We want to discourage people from having crowds of this nature, discourage people from walking around without their mask. We must wear a mask. So I'm sure by the time she finishes all these good things we're talking about, those 6 points that she showed us, she'll flash again so that we don't forget as we step out. Because we want all of us to live healthy, not be free from HIV. only to be struck by COVID. You must be healthy and be healthy all around.
On her part, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Iniadeakpan, said she doffs her hat for the giant strides of Heartland Alliance in Akwa Ibom State and promised to schedule an appointment for the organization to meet with the wife of the governor of Akwa Ibom State for continuous partnership.
But sincerely, I want to say you've done a very great work. And we had talked, and I had also mentioned to Her Excellency that she has a very tight schedule. And I know whenever she's free, I had mentioned you to her. And I know whenever she comes in and we're free, and I can let you see, I would want to, she would also want to meet with you. The type of work we do in women affairs and social welfare, we have volumes of what people want to visit. But I give priority to development organization because I'm coming from that background. But when I saw Heartland Alliance, it didn't click. So in the civil service language, we had to KIBT. Until when I met her somewhere there, she pulled my attention and gave me a break. So I told her I would see her. As always, that I'm not a protocol person. Provided I'm there, you will see me. She said, I'm not there. So we met. And I was really very happy about what work, and I can still say that you are doing. And I do that acknowledging that this is one programming area that a lot of people do not go into. And when people go into this programming area, I drop my heart for them. Because it has their own challenges. And it's only the adepts that go in there. And that reminds me, in the course of walking and talking to people, we find people who want to bite everything. Somebody wanted an orphanage. I said she wants children. And I found her with a baby, and I drew her attention that her capacity will be limited to this and not to when she introduces this. If we want to subject it to proper scrutiny, we will ensure that she not be taking the infant. That we have motherless babies soon, we have orphanages. So we have to classify. And having been here, I had to classify. So I was looking through your slides. I know you know we have homes. Government has about 5 homes. And in those homes we have everybody. And all of us do a lot of work. Even though I supervise all, but some are directly in charge, and we find all of them, and a lot of things are coming. But they are in social welfare, and while you handle everything, they drop people. I was talking with Rob that very soon I'll be referring people to him. I'm not a medical doctor, so medical cases should not come to me, should go to him. But at least here, they have a shoulder to lean on, and they can express themselves, and their problems could be addressed. That's what we as human beings need to do. Not a place where you maybe open up and people look at it negatively, not understanding the psychological, the mental, even the physiological implications of what is happening. So you are doing a very great work. And for the key population, it's always good to learn from the Bible. Trust and obey. Because for those taking their drugs, if there's no adherence, if there's no compliance, they will still have issues. But once you stick to yourself and learn to protect yourself, you will be protected. And when you completely remain hooked to the source, which is here, then your human rights will be protected. So thank you so much for bringing me here, and we look forward to more years and more periods together.
Earlier in her presentation, Dr. Ngozi Ogamba, while recounting on her organization Giant Strides, said Heartland Alliance works in 3 states, 8 zones, 60 local government areas, and 14 one-stop shops, 31 local government areas in Akwa Ibom State, 18 local government areas in Cross River State, 11 usage delineated local government areas in Lagos State within the priority.
So this is where we work. KPK1 project actually is being implemented in 3 states in Nigeria: Lagos, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River States. And it is of Akwa Ibom. And Cross River State, we are working in the 18 LGAs of Cross River State. But because of the nature of Lagos State, because we are not the only implementing partner in Lagos, implementing KPK, so Lagos is delineated. So because of that, we are only working in 11 USAID designated LGAs in Lagos, and then other hotspots within the priority state as identified and in coordination with the USA. In Akwa Ibom State alone, like I said, we are working in the 31 LGAs of Akwa Ibom, and we have 4 one-stop shops. We have one at Ikote Bene, and under that one at Ikote Bene, we have those 10 LGAs feeding into the one-stop shop at Ikote Bene. And for this Uyo OSS where we are seated, we have 8 LGAs feeding into this OSS. And then for Oron OSS, we have 5 LGAs feeding into the Oron one-stop shop. And then for AKS OSS, we have 8 LGAs feeding into that one-stop shops, which makes it easier for our clients to actually access services where it is most convenient for them.
Dr. Ngozi listed services rendered by Heartland Alliance to include
target beneficiaries. We have the female sex workers, those who inject drugs, those in the prison and correctional centers. We have men who have sex with men, the transgender community who just welcomed us with that national anthem, and then children of key population. What we do, we have our safe space, first 95, second 95, and tech 95. And then we do condoms and lubricant programming, economic empowerment, sexually transmitted infection treatment and services, pediatric ART intervention, ART services, gender-based violence, mental health and psychosocial support services, PrEP and PEP, legal and human rights services. We also do cervical cancer, and we do a lot of linkage and referral services for the things we cannot do. And that what you're seeing there is also to make you understand that most of our work is actually centered at the community level. That's why we have our community ART services. And it also be interesting to know that what we offer here in this particular OSS is a 24-hour service delivery. We also have community viral load sample collection. We have our social networking and service delivery. We have courier of medication. In the peak of lockdown, our work did not stop, because through the government, we were able to get letters that exempted us as service providers that made us to always come to work and provide services. That aspect too, we're able to always courier drugs to our clients who were out of the state, who were locked down somewhere. So that's where our work was going on well. We also do our support groups. So that's what we have there, is the different way we provide services, which works well for us.
The indefatigable state team lead gave a rundown of her organization with stakeholders in different sectors.
And then for our stakeholders engagement and partnership, under government, we are partnering with the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Multilateral and Donor Agencies, Office of the Executive Governor through the Office of Chief of Staff, National Agency for the Control of AIDS NACA, Local Agency for Control of AIDS LACA, State Ministry of Health, that's why our prof is seated here with us, Akwa Ibom State Agency for the Control of AIDS, that's AK, International Federation of Female Lawyers. Yes, because in recent time we found out that we had a lot of rape cases to deal with, and we actually have one that we're going to be talking about in the course of the presentation. We also are partnering and collaborating with the Primary Healthcare Development Agency, State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. And then under law enforcement agencies, we have National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We are partnering with them. We also are partnering with the Nigerian Police Force, because we understand who our target audience are, and sometimes they could run into problems. Police also go to raid our brothels and bunks. So it's also good that we partner with the police and the NTA. Then Police Action Committee on AIDS, Nigeria Correctional Center. We work so well in the prisons because they are also part of our target audience. So we also do a lot of intervention there. And then for the Agency for the Trafficking of Persons, NAPTIP, yes, we also work with them because several times we have cases whereby those who were trafficked out of the state, who are actually our people here, our home people here, were brought back by NAPTIP and they were brought here and we had to provide services for those set of people. So also we partner with civil society organizations like the CISAN, also Network of People Living with HIV and AIDS. We also partner with other implementing partners in the states like the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. We also partner with the Joint United Program on HIV and AIDS, that's UNAIDS, other USAID implementing partners in the states. Then our key population community influencers are gatekeepers. We have them the bank and the brothel owners. Under faith-based organizations, we are partnering with the CAN. And then we also have 7 organizations that were actually born out of this intervention. Heartland Alliance has been able to build and empower 7 organizations. 3 of them are working with us as local implementing partners, and they are being funded from this project to stand on their own and implement with different target audience. And out of that number, the other 3 are local implementing partners, and the other 4 are community-based organizations.
She appreciated USAID and Heartland Alliance for the life-changing opportunities accorded to a 30-year-old female brothel-based sex worker who tested positive when she was 27.
So this is story of a 30-year-old female brothel sex worker who tested positive when she was 27 then, and now she's actually working on this project and is being paid.
A 29-year-old non-brothel-based female sex worker, mother of 2, who got help from the Gender-Based Violence Intervention and Mental Health / Physical Support of the organization, trafficked female sex workers who were referred to the one-stop shop, a stranded MSM provided with transit home.
Yeah, so this particular one was actually rescued from gender-based violence with her children because her partner, she's also a non-brothel-based female sex worker, and she has 2 children. So she tested positive and was taking her drugs, but her partner didn't know. So by the time the partner found out that she had the drug she was secretly taking and started abusing her, but we had to get in and then we were able to offer help, and now she's okay and the partner is also fine. This is the part of the intervention we did with trafficked persons out of the states that NAPTIP actually referred to us. We were able to offer those services to them. There were actually 7 in number with an infant who was also 5 months old that were brought back to the state and they were brought here for intervention. We started making inquiries. We found out that the perpetrator is actually a serial rapist, and that got us so much concern. In fact, at that point, we had to involve the feeder, and then we had to involve the police. So with the intervention of the police and feeder, we were able to arrest the culprit, and I think he's still in prison. I think he's been charged to court and he's in prison right now. So, but one good thing that happened to us also was that in the course of that, the community started threatening us. They said they didn't want to see us again. If they see Heartland Alliance, they will kill us. They don't want us to come work in their place again. That we got in police to come and arrest their young people and all of that. So we had to go back for community dialogue. And that's what you can see. We had to make them understand the implication of what has happened to this child and the danger it possesses for all the children around that community. And
the commissioners finally endorsed their presence at the one-stop shop by appending their signatures. The commissioners, Heartland Alliance board members, and other visitors were conducted around the different departments of the one-stop shop.
Carry out analysis for misclarification.
Analysis for
misclarification. Yeah, some clients who the partner, they just tested them, and one is positive and the other one the test is negative. Yes, like confirmatory. So most times we use it.
not the good old tiebreaker.
Testing, then we do the confirmation. So when we do the confirmation and these clients are actually positive, we carry out other ordinary services like the hepatitis B, the hepatitis C, the urinalysis. All these, you check their blood level, checking the PCV, you know if they actually anemic or they are okay. So these are the services we do. Then after 6 months, we encourage them to come for their viral load. So after we take their viral load to ensure if they are suppressed or if they are not suppressed. So that is for the HTS part we do. Then for the PrEP services, we still test them to ensure that they are actually negative. After testing them, we do creatinine. Creatinine is one of the criteria for placing anyone on PrEP. So we do creatinine for them. For STIs, we do STI full etiology. All I mean, full etiology is we take their sample, we culture them, and actually know which of the organisms is being isolated. Then after which particular drug will be used for this client, will best suit this client. So those are the services we carry out. Then for our TMA, we do all bouquet of services. For the TMA, we do malaria tests, we do WIDA, we do the full EUC, electrolyte, creatinine, urea. We do fasting blood sugar to check their glucose, fasting blood sugar for those who want to know if they are diabetic or not. We also do random blood sugar for them.
And those ones are paid for. Those are highly subsidized, yes, especially those who fall within outside the scope of our key population. Yes.
Well, you said you do viral load. I know yesterday we were being told that there's a challenge with getting the results and turnaround time.
Yeah, it's the PCR lab.
Yes.
Okay.
The turnaround time, but we still do. We just carry out sample here, so we refer the service.
Yes.
So for the TMT, we use the erection reagent. That's why we have to get this. So we use it for our client, then even for the TME too, we'll start using it too. So those are our services. Our STI theology, that's the unit there, where we culture, that's our microscopy review, and ensure that all organisms are properly seen and reported. So those are our bouquet of services we do here.
The nurse case manager. For our clients who are reactive, we normally counsel them pre-test and then post-test before they take the ART. Some of them do come in with sexually transmitted diseases, which we handle free of charge. Some of them that come in for PrEP, that pre-exposure prophylaxis, we take care of them by counseling too. Then we make sure that they are HIV negative, and then that as they are taking the PrEP, that they are also free from sexually transmitted infection. We share condoms too for those of them, that are afraid of taking the medication. We explain to them how safe it is, as long as they are, HIV negative. So those of them that are with cases that cannot, we cannot just let them go. We keep them and observe them for some hours before they are fit to leave. Like some of them may come in with BP. We observe them, then monitor. Then some of them that are exposed because of the nature of their cases, HIV positive, we then do cervical cancer screening. So those of them that are, that we cannot handle, we refer and then follow up.
28 days elapsed, we need to find out what exactly. So he informs us and says, come, so number of people are lost in this LGA, they are defaulting. Who are the focal service persons in this case? Go look for them, find out where they are. We have peer navigators, like who are expert clients, they are in the field. They try to find out what exactly is the challenge, why you now come back for your medication. So because of that, we have 99.9% retention right now. Yeah, we have a very good retention in this place because somebody, yes, it's real time. Every day before the reporting goes off, we have that. So we even project. We have the kind of just to forecast who may get lost next week or at the end of the month. We plan with all of that. So it has really helped us in our retention.
The event also featured the presentation of furnitures to the coordinator, Network of People Living with HIV and AIDS in Nigeria, NEF1, Mrs. Elizabeth Samson Udo.
I hereby hand over these items.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ensure that we improve the quality of life of people living with HIV while we also try to prevent new infections. Thank you very much.
Thank you.